Picture the backyard almost everyone has, a big slab of bare concrete, a few pieces of furniture pushed back against the edge, and a wide empty lawn behind it. It looks perfectly fine, and nobody ever actually uses it. Here's the thing most people get backwards. A backyard you genuinely live in isn't about how big it is or how much money you throw at it. It's about turning that empty open space into a few cozy, usable spots that actually pull you outside. Do it right, and your backyard stops feeling like a patch of grass you have to mow and starts feeling like an extra room of your house, the kind of place where you eat dinner, light a fire, and stay outside long after the sun goes down. So today I'm walking you through 5 upgrades that turn a bare, unused backyard into an outdoor living room you'll actually want to spend time in. Most of them you can do on a budget, one weekend at a time. We'll build it in the order that actually makes sense, and stick around for the 5th one, because it's the upgrade that makes the whole yard feel like magic after dark, for the least money of all. The first upgrade is the foundation for everything else. Stop treating your backyard as one big open space, and carve out a defined zone, an outdoor room. The reason a bare patio with furniture floating in the middle of it, sitting in front of a big empty lawn, never gets used is that nothing tells you where to be. There's no here, so you create one. Pick a spot. It doesn't have to be large, even a 10-foot by 10-foot area is plenty, and give it 2 things, a defined floor and a sense of enclosure. The floor can be a simple patio, a wooden deck, or the cheapest option of all, a flat pad of pea gravel or decomposed granite raked level inside a clean border. Then anchor the space. Lay a large outdoor rug down and pull your furniture in off the edges into a tight conversation grouping. Chairs actually facing each other around a coffee table or a fire, not lined up against the fence like a waiting room. That one move, a defined floor plus furniture pulled into a circle, instantly turns dead space into a room. And here's the designer's trick. A backyard broken into defined zones feels like it has more usable square footage, even though you didn't add a single foot. Get this foundation right, and everything else we add has somewhere to live. The second upgrade is the one that decides whether you actually use that room in the daytime. Shade. A seating area baking in the full afternoon sun sits empty all summer long, no matter how nice it looks. Putting something overhead is what makes it usable from noon onward, and it adds that cozy, enclosed, this is a real room feeling at the same time. You've got options at every budget. The cheapest is a shade sail, a triangle or square of UV blocking fabric stretched tight between posts or anchor points, or a good cantilever umbrella you can swing around to follow the sun, both well under a couple $100. A step up is a pergola, but here's the honest truth a lot of people learn too late. An open slat pergola only blocks around 30% of the sun, and it does nothing at all when it rains. So if you put up a pergola, give it a real cover, a stretch shade cloth, a canopy, or a louvered top, so it actually shades you instead of just looking good in photos. Whatever you choose, position it for the afternoon and evening sun, because that's when you'll actually be out there. Cover the seating area, and you go from a yard you look at to a yard you sit in. The third upgrade is the one people underestimate the most, and it's all about comfort, privacy. You will not relax in a space where you feel like the neighbors are watching you. It's that simple. But here's the insight that saves you a fortune. You almost never need to wall off the entire yard. You just need to block the 1 or 2 sight lines that actually matter. The neighbor's upstairs window looking down onto your seating area, or the gap where the street can see straight in. Screen those, and the whole space suddenly feels private. And you can do it without an expensive fence. The most natural-looking way is layered plantings, a staggered mix of fast-growing evergreen shrubs and slim trees at different heights, which reads far more relaxed and high-end than one flat green wall. Arbor vitae, holly, and tall ornamental grasses all work beautifully for this. For something more architectural, a simple trellis or lattice panel with a climbing vine like clematis or climbing hydrangea gives you a living green screen, and a few tall planters filled with ornamental grasses can block a specific sightline almost instantly. One honest warning: if you're tempted by bamboo, Only ever plant the clumping kind, never running bamboo. Running bamboo is invasive and it will take over your yard and your neighbors right along with it. Block the views that actually matter and the space finally feels like it's yours. The fourth upgrade is the one that turns a nice seating area into a place people genuinely gather, a fire feature. There's a reason How to Build a Backyard Fire Pit is one of the most watched projects on the entire internet. Fire is a magnet. It gives the whole space a center, a reason to pull the chairs in close, and it stretches your season well into the cool spring and fall evenings when the yard would otherwise sit empty. And you don't need anything elaborate. At the simple end, a portable smokeless fire bowl needs zero building. You set it down and you're done. And the smokeless design uses a second burn of hot air up top to cut way down on the smoke that usually chases everyone away. If you'd rather build something in, a basic fire pit made of stacked retaining wall blocks runs around $100 in materials and an afternoon of work. A propane fire table is the no smoke, no ash, flip a switch option. Wherever you put it, safety is not optional. Keep a wood-burning fire pit a good distance from the house, at least 10 to 20 feet, and well clear of any overhanging branches or a covered structure. Set it on gravel or pavers instead of straight on a wood deck or dry grass, and always check your local fire rules and your HOA before you light it. Then arrange your seating in a loose circle around it, and you've just built the heart of the whole backyard. And the fifth upgrade is the one that does the most for the least money, and it's the one that makes the entire yard feel like magic after dark: warm layered lighting. Almost everyone stops using their backyard the moment the sun goes down, for one simple reason: it's pitch black out there. Light it well and you basically double your usable hours, turning the space into a glowing outdoor room at exactly the time of day you finally got to enjoy it. The secret is two things: warm color and layers. First, the color. Always go for warm light, around 2700 Kelvin. That soft, candle-like glow. Cold, bluish-white light makes your yard look like a parking lot. Warm light makes it feel like a resort. Second, layers, not one big floodlight blasting everything. Start with the iconic one, string lights, sometimes called cafe lights, hung overhead across the seating area. The trick to making them look professional instead of saggy is to run them tight along a thin steel cable with a turnbuckle that keeps the wire drum tight. Then add a layer down low, a few warm path lights along the walkway so people can move around safely, and an uplight or two tucked at the base of a tree or a nice shrub to give the yard some depth and drama. Almost all of this can be low voltage LED that you install yourself in an afternoon. It sips electricity and it lasts for years. Layer warm light overhead, down at your feet, and on a feature or two, and a backyard that used to go dark and empty at sunset becomes the best room in the house. And if you want to take it one step further, here's the bonus that turns your outdoor room into a true outdoor living space, a real cooking zone. You do not need a $10,000 built-in kitchen for this. Even a defined spot with a good grill, a small weatherproof counter or cart for prep space, and somewhere to set your plate down completely changes how you use the yard, because now you're cooking and eating dinner out there, not just sitting. That's the line between visiting your backyard and actually living in it. Build it close to your seating zone so whoever's cooking isn't stranded away from everybody else, and you've got the whole package. So let's pull it all together. To turn a bare, unused backyard into an outdoor living room you'll actually spend time in, you layer these 5 upgrades. First, define a zone with a real floor and the furniture pulled into a circle, so the space finally has a here. Second, put shade over it so it's usable in the daytime. Third, screen the 1 or 2 sight lines that matter so it feels private. Fourth, add a fire feature to give it a heart and stretch your season. And fifth, layer in warm lighting so the whole place glows long after dark. Do even 2 or 3 of these and you'll feel the difference right away. The backyard stops being a patch of grass you maintain and starts being the place everyone wants to be. If this gave you some ideas, hit subscribe. This is Yardworthy, where we show you how to get the yard you want without wasting money. I'll see you in the next one.